Hi, I'm Claire from Claire Chancellor Coaching. Today let's explore the number one card in the Major Arcana, known as the Magician. While the Fool card just before the Magician is known as the Zero card, the Magician holds the number one, the first place. Now when it comes to the tarot, it's the journey of the Fool. The Fool represents us in our human experience. And so as the Fool moves through each and every one of those cards, there's a new lesson to learn. Here, when the Fool is with the Magician, we're learning about manifesting. We're learning about all of our tools that we have available to us there on the table and what we're going to do with those on our path moving forward. The Magician is all about starting something new projects. There's a lot of creative energy around you at the moment, and the spirit world is really excited to see where we're going to take this. It's really important with the Magician to really know what it is that you want and to be able to communicate those desires to people around you so that as you prepare, you manifest your heart's desire, the universe can start bringing in those kind of opportunities, start opening those doors and feeling really uplifted about that path moving forward. When we see the Magician there, he is holding an interesting stance, right? One hand points up to the heavens, the spirit world, while the other hand is pointed down to the earth. Now, this means that the Magician is bringing forward or bringing down all of the ideas, the energy from the spirit world, so that it can manifest here in the 3D into his earthly experience. That finger that he has open there is the finger of Jupiter, inviting the world to expand and to support his growth. It's like asking the universe to help him raise his consciousness and connect back into his higher purpose. It's a really amazing, uplifting card. And this card comes up in a relationship reading. We're talking about an inspirational kind of relationship. Maybe something new, or maybe we're starting a new chapter with our partner. There's a sense of purpose, and it could also mean that one of you in this relationship is really taking the lead and moving forward. The other partner's okay with that right now because the ideas are exciting, there's creativity, and it's like, yay! Now, if this card comes up and you're single in a relationship reading, again, it's asking you to connect back into that divine power, the things in life that make you feel uplifted and excited. It's an invitation to start manifesting your heart's desire when it comes to being in a relationship, because the spirit world is here backing you up. Knowing that this is a major arcana card, the spirit world are heavily involved in your decisions right now, and they're kind of like listening in with their clipboards going, okay, what is it that she wants? put in that order off that menu, and it's like, yes, let's universally manifest this person to come in, because it's quite an exciting time. Now, if this card comes up in reverse, you may be overlooking some synchronicities. You may be shutting down your spiritual gifts. You may be feeling lost in the direction moving forward. Again, if this card is in reverse, you could be doubting yourself, and with that doubt, it's building an unnecessary problems, and probably problems with people around you where they're not sure, are you coming or going, are we moving on this path or this path? And so reverse card, the spirit world is saying you need to check in with yourself, with what your values are. Check in, what is it that you're resisting? And if you weren't resisting that, what possibilities could open up to you? If the Magician card comes up in reverse and we're doing a health reading, this can represent somebody who's got an overactive mind, maybe some memory problems, feeling a little bit overwhelmed. There's too many projects, and which one are we going to go ahead with? It can represent sinus issues where, again, there's just, you want to step into those new creative projects or the new ideas, yet there's just too much sort of energy around you from other people that are invading in on your space, invading in and holding you back to the boundaries of the past. The Magician is number one, right? We're starting a new project and we need to let that go. I know that anytime I'm doing like a mediumship reading, I typically get a tingle on my nose, and that does tell me that spirit's nearby. But when that tingle goes inward into me, I know that I'm dealing with some of my own issues where where I've let other people, get up my nose. The boundaries haven't been put in place strong enough. And the responsibility of that falls on me. I need to communicate what is important to me in my energy and what's not okay in my energy. And so that's one of the messages about the magician, is to know what's important to you moving forward. The magician in a health reading can represent a throat issue. See, we're talking about like a lot of the upper body. The throat here, if you're getting constant sore throats or throat issues, thyroid issues, you've probably been suppressed to speak your truth. It's time to find your voice. It is time to speak up and own your voice, right? That's what the magician's asking us to do. And then the team is saying here, the magician can also represent some learning difficulties. Maybe you've experienced some trauma in the past, being in the classroom, not feeling like you're competent, not feeling like you can keep up, or maybe being bullied in the playground. And so that's translated into your unconscious mind that it's not safe to learn, or it's not, to push away learning because there's that negative association. So with your coach, hypnotherapist, your healer, you can definitely undo that so that your ability to learn and take in information is something that's fun and worthwhile and fun to explore. So after saying that, let's go into the symbology here in the magician card. There's a lot going on. So if we start from the top going down, and we see that there are roses there on the top. Now the rose frequency, the rose essence, is the highest energy that we can connect into when it comes to like aromatherapy. It will raise our frequency, and the roses are there to invite us to open our energy and to hold that radiance, holding that space. We've got the lilies in this card as well. I know I've just stuck down to the bottom, but we've got the lilies here, and the lilies are all about purity, the freedom to be vulnerable, inviting in good health, that trumpet of like, yes, I'm here, I'm free, I can manifest what I want. My daughter is named Lily, and I think he myself translate what the lily means, like, yeah, that's her. So then we've got the magician himself. Now, isn't it interesting that he's wearing those red robes? Now, the red represents that knowing in authority. Red in the tarot can be somebody who's impulsive, passionate. It's that energy that is like, okay, watch out, watch out or look out. And knowing that red robe is over his white garment, the white represents that purity, the purity in his knowing, the purity in his wisdom. And so he has the choice on whether he lets people see that purity, that vulnerability, his truth, or he will put over his red robe there to let people know, no, he's stepping into his authority. There's a choice, and that's exactly what this card represents. We've got the infinity symbol above his head, and the infinity symbol there is his decision to come into the 3D, to be part of the cycles of life, to be connected to Mother Earth and all of the cycles that go with it. And he has access to that higher wisdom. He can connect into that and either go with the flow or resist it. And, that's up to him to choose. Okay, anything else there, team? We've got the table in front of him, and the table itself is called the field of attention. Field of attention. And what we've got in front of us is the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the wands, which we get introduced in the tarot. The pentacles are all about that earthly abundance. The cups are about our emotional connection. The wands are about our goals and action moving forward. And the swords are all about the thoughts, the mind, and how we make that plan moving forward. The mind and the how is always that masculine energy of the plan to move forward. When we are manifesting, we bring that energy into our heart space. Start again. When we're manifesting, we start off in our heart space to say, okay, what's possible? And that's that cup energy. Then we move that energy up into the mind, the masculine of the how are we going to do that? And then we drop that energy into our gut, the solar plexus. So we're moving forward or we're holding ourselves back. And that's the wands. So the magician has a lot of tools in front of him that he can learn and that he can master. And the thing is, When we know that the Fool's journey is to then meet the High Priestess, she is going to teach him intuitively how to use those tools rather than that practicality of the 3D. And the team are just saying, and that yellow background represents there's a bright future ahead. So, so overall, when the magician comes up in a reading where we know that somebody's at the beginning of their journey, the projects and the creative energy is quite exciting, quite expansive right now, and that the future is hopeful, but we need to get this person feeling really good about the decisions that they're making, because the energy around them is fully supporting whatever they want to manifest. So I'm Claire from Claire Chancellor Coaching. That's the magician, and I will talk to you later.